You know, there's a passage in the Bible or scenario where Jesus is on the cross, a very familiar passage where he cries out, Eli, Eli, sabachthani, or to be translated in our vernacular, it's my God, why hast thou forsaken me, or why have you forsaken me? And, we historically have taught that in that moment God turned away from him. That may be the case, but I don't believe that's what Messiah was communicating there. You see, there's a passage in John, and I don't remember the exact address. You can go and look it up, where Jesus tells the Pharisees and the Sadducees, when you lift up the Son of Man, you will know exactly who he is. You will know that he represents God. And so what happens is when he's nailed to that cross, and right there, when his life is about to deal, his spirit is about to separate from his body, he cries out, that makes that statement, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Right? And the people begin to say things like he's crying out for Elijah. One guy goes and he grabs some vinegar on a sponge and tries to give it to him to quench his thirst. Others knock it out of his hand and say, let Elijah come and save him if he can. These are what the common people are saying, but it doesn't say what the Pharisees and Sadducees said. Because I believe in that moment, their very spirit, their souls were overcome with fear. Because while everybody else, the common people, were hearing, he's crying out for Elijah, what those Bible scholars were hearing is this man is quoting exactly what David wrote 2,000 years ago, and it's found in Psalm 22, verse 1, where David, prophesying about the coming of Messiah, he writes, he pens, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? You see, in that moment, the Pharisees knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that indeed they had murdered the one that Scripture prophesied about. That's powerful. That is astonishing. That is something worthy of meditating on. Have a godly day, my friends. I bless you.